Hey folks, welcome back. In this video we are going to install interesting thing, Hypervisor, the VMware Hypervisor 6.7. In last video we have installed Active Directory server, Citrix server and vCenter. Of course we have just installed the server, we have not added the Active Directory role, we have not installed the Citrix server, we have not installed the VMware vCenter. Alright, we have just built the server and the installation is remaining. The Active Directory role is remaining to be enabled. Alright, so in this particular video we are going to install what? The ESXi server. So let's get started. Go to home page again, create a new, say next, go to installer disk image file. We are on ISO file. You will need what? Hypervisor ISO file. Alright, say next. It is auto detected that the ISO file which we have selected, that is ESXi 6.7. Alright, say next. We need to give a location where we need to install the hypervisor on our device. So I'll pick up this one, same drive, V drive, inside Citrix Lab. I'll make another folder called as ESXi. Alright, and I'll copy this location, we'll put it over here. Say next. What I mentioned earlier in the lab, how much configuration we are going to assign to ESXi server: 64 GB RAM and hexa core and 500 GB SSD. Alright, 500 GB SSD. Say next. Customize hardware memory, how much? 64 GB. Alright, total we have 128 GB. Alright, processor hexa core 4 and 2 8. I'll make it 2 3. Alright, hexa core. Close, finish. Enter. Please, if you don't know how to install ESXi server, please don't be in hurry. There is little setup required because it's not like next. We have CLI mode where we need to do these all settings. All right, so please bear with me and keep watching it to complete the setup of ESXi server. While installing, maybe I'll give you difference between middleware hypervisor and hosted hypervisor. Okay, so hosted hypervisor will install inside or on where? Operating system, the Windows 10, Windows Server operating system, whatever it is. Okay, enter to continue. And where the bare metal hypervisor will install? Directly on the hardware or VMware workstation. Alright, press 11 to accept. I'm just giving you just for your knowledge. Okay, if you already have this knowledge, that is very nice. Enter to continue. US default, you need to put the password. Enter to continue. Okay, the installer is configured to install ESXi 6.7 on the virtual disk, which is mentioned npx VM HBA. Okay, that is the location. F11 to install. Press F11, so it will install. So now it is installing. Of course, it will not take much time to install, but of course, if you have HDD hard drive disk, it will take some more time compared to the SSD. If you have M2, that is very fast. If you have SSD, that is little slower. If you have HDD, that is very slow. Enter to reboot. The server will shut down and will reboot. The process will take a short time to complete. So we need to wait just 1 minute max and it will ready to use. Enter. What we need to do is now we need to configure the IP address which I mentioned in the lab setup. What it was? 203 10.10.10.203, the IP address which we need to assign to this particular ESXi. Of course, ESXi server will get the IP address automatic from the DHCP server, but we need to put the IP address manually. Make sure the IP address not getting assigned to any other device. Okay, because if that happened, the communication will lost. All right, so make sure we are assigning the static IP address to each and every machine in the lab. All right, so it takes automatic IP address like 10.10.10.15. So what we are going to make this IP address is 10.10.10.203. all right, F2 to customize. I'm pressing F2 button. I'll put my password which I entered during installation. I'll go to the configure management network, hit enter. I will go to IPv version 4 configuration. I'll select this one. To select set static IPv4 address, you need to hit what space button. Okay, so this will be selected. Go here down, go to end and make it 203. Numlock is off. Let me make it on 203. Let me confirm again what we have mentioned in the lab setup. 203 is just 203. all right, press enter to okay, hit enter button. Okay, again, come on. Okay, we have put it over here. It should be 255.203. hit enter, press escape button. It will ask me to save the configuration. Say yes. Okay, something bad with it. (203) escape. Yes, now we are good. Okay, what I have making the mistake, it was like I think something bad in the network configuration. I entered incorrectly. Now it looks okay. Okay, so IP address which we have given to this particular host is, host means again at the ESXi server. Okay, so you need to be very familiar with the names. ESXi means host, host means ESXi, hypervisor means ESXi. So whatever people say, let's see someone saying, hey, is hypervisor is down, not to be confused, it's ESXi. Let's say people saying a host is down, it's running hot. What is host? And VMware, it is hypervisor, ESXi server. Okay, so now we have configured with the 10.10.10.203 IP address. So let's move to the next video and we will set up Active Directory role on it. Thank you very much for watching this. Let's meet you in next video.